We're back with Chad Blazinski from Taylor's Tavern in Greenfield. And now earlier we started the roast pork dinner, and now we're going to finish it up and get some more tips from you.
We did. We started it earlier. We put it in the oven. It's been cooking now the whole show, so it should be just about ready now. Seth, if you want to grab that,
I'd love to.
I'm going to start the gravy here, which you're going to melt down butter, and then you're going to add flour until it looks like a wet, sandy beach.
Oh, okay. So
That
that's
was a
just
great way to think.
butter in there?
This is just butter and flour in here right now.
Okay.
And so it's got a little heat, so I got a little bit of drippings coming from the pork pan.
I'll get you some.
You'll get me some
I'll
here.
get to it, Chad.
Until then, I have some chicken stock here for now, which I use bouillon cubes and a little bit of water to give me some flavor and boil it down, and then I put it in a nice, neat bottle for later use.
Fancy.
So,
and then you just whisk it all together?
yeah. And as you can see, it's thickening up.
Can I get
really
you
quickly
some?
here.
Can I get you some sauce? Some
Please,
drippings?
please.
All right,
You
here
think
we
you
go.
can get that over here without spilling it all over
I'm gonna
Ashley?
give you
Or
space.
scalding myself. This thing is piping hot. Here we go.
No, you'll be good. You'll be good.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go
is
ahead.
it okay if
go
you
ahead.
get a couple
Nice
potatoes
brown.
in there?
Of course, potatoes and gravy. I think
Nothing
it's
better.
meant to be, right?
I think so.
Probably good
Go all
for
day.
now.
All right. There we are.
Okay. And so this gravy will sit for a little bit and thin right out, hopefully.
And there we go. So let's do a little cost.
What can I do? Can I help with
I
something?
no,
I feel
grab
like
a
there's a
fork.
lot
You're
of hard
supposed to be
work.
asking questions.
Yeah.
I'm just watching you work.
Let's talk about tips for dinners under $20. What does
Tips
everybody
for
need to know?
dinners under $20. The first thing is you got to have a decent knife.
Yep.
If you have a decent knife, you can make nice cuts. You expand how much you can use, because with a dull knife, you'll be cutting chunks like this, and you won't get as much out of it. But with a sharp knife, you could be able to go nice and smooth, and you'll be able to get more volume out of the products that you
This
buy.
will
That's a
take
great
forever
point.
to cook.
Because you know,
Right.
no matter how thick or thin the slices are, people eat X amount of slices. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just thin it out. That's a great idea.
And then
Smoky.
you also got to know your portions. A lot of people overeat when they go to the supermarket. They look at a big piece of meat and they decide that that's what they like and that's what they want to do.
I'll chop.
And then they go, "You're gonna chop there? Okay." So I'm gonna add a little bit of this to take away some of the smoke from this pan here.
That's how you do that?
Yeah. Well, the pan's running really hot right
Except in
now.
This situation.
No situation.
Don't worry, everything's fine.
Stand
Everything's
by
fine.
your
It looks like
pan.
it's not fine, but it actually is fine.
Yeah, and it's a great time to say, you know, stand by your pan. Also, put a lid on it if there's
Put
a
a
fire.
lid on it, yeah.
Put a lid on your
If
pan.
if only I had a lid right here.
That's all right.
And so you got to know your portions. You only need about a 5 to 6 ounce portion of meat. Usually restaurants run 8 to 10 ounces, and so that's why you see a lot of people going with leftovers.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to add this right on here so we can
Perfect.
quiet it down here a little bit.
I found the lid. I think it was a little too late for that, though.
It was. We
all
sauteed
right.
up some zucchini. You got some potatoes right there and a nice
Yeah.
little roast going on.
We're
She chopped
cautionary
up the rest of the zucchini for me here, and we were just touching on a few points and,
Oh,
and
cool.
things to do.
What I'm interested in, how do you do this family friendly? You want to cut this up for us?
How do I do that family friendly? I do. I would.
Similarly thin strips.
You can go similarly thin. You can go as thick or as thin as you want. And so ideally, you can cut them in inch blocks as like this and serve somebody a portion just like that. And they would have a couple of those. Or you can slice them down pretty thin like this.
Like sandwich
in
style.
here, sandwich style or roast pork dinner style as they would do it in the restaurant. And you can end it up like this here. And then that'll be away there. And then I'm pretty sure my gravy is just about done here.
Now, just to touch on this again, this entire meal for a family of 4
With
and
leftovers,
probably
I think.
leftovers for under $20. So a zucchini is a really affordable vegetable, and it goes a long way.
Once again, most vegetables are really affordable. The great thing about going to markets and local farmers and stuff like that is you can buy just 1 or 2. Of course, you can buy 1 or 2 at Big Y, but they have the markup from the middleman, and so you always have to pay a little bit for that. But even that zucchini was $1.17. It's going to be the vegetable for my side dishes on all of this. And altogether, I think I spent $17.18 was my bill
Wow.
for this whole entire
Budget
meal.
friendly.
Yeah.
Especially around this time of year. Well, thanks so much, Chad. Look at that gravy.
Oh,
Beautiful.
there we go. Now, Chad, while you're finishing that up, putting some gravy on, why don't we check in on Valley Gives Day? We are currently